Good morning, y'all. Today is January 18th, and I found this amazing flowchart that goes over the bar defense. I'm going to review that information on bar defense. People that go to approximately 153 schools qualify for relief, and the reason this came top of mind in the news feed is because some of these schools are filing a lawsuit saying their reputation will be suffered for being a subject of bar defense. And I thought it was interesting, but then I found this flowchart on the 153 schools along with just the decision around filing for bar defense that I thought was really helpful, that I will link in this video in the description below. If you found my channel, 98% of viewers are not subscribed. Please subscribe, or as well as pass it on. Be generous with this free information. So love if you could pass it on. Also like if you like, and comment as well. I do actually answer the comments, and I do make video content around the comments. So there is slight, I do want to talk a little bit about, the new, the whole registry to comment on Biden's new program is out. I will link it in the description below as well, because it's really, I commented last week as well. It's really important, if you have a strong belief on how you think the program should be, that you can comment. They're taking and accepting public comments. In fact, you could read other people's comments. It's super interesting. And that's how you can get involved in policy and kind of stating your claim and having an opinion. And if you're going to state anything, my number one thing that I will be stating, we have 23 days to make a comment, is I don't think that the amount of years borrowers pay should be a moving target based on how much they owe or originated. So if you originate over 12, if you originated 12 over 12,000, then you pay for 10 years, 13,000, 11 years. It increases by a year for every 1,000, and up to 20 years if you have undergrad loans, and if you have grad school loans, it's up to 25 years. And so anyways, my opinion is that it should not be rolling, because we have a hard enough time tracking how long we have to make payments when it's not rolling. So that's my big thing about this new legislation. Outside of that, I think it corrects a lot of the wrongs the other income-driven payment programs do, especially the accumulating interest. It's going to stop accumulating growing balances. So I'm super excited about that. Anyway, so just wanted to state that really quick before I go into this really sweet flow chart, okay? And I'm going to go over bar defense. And so if you attended a for-profit college or one of these online schools that have bad outcomes, even if it's not on this list, you can still file a claim and they will consider it. So let me narrow my screen here, shrink my screen, shrink my face. Maybe I'll make it a little bigger. Okay. So let's just go over the news real quick. The news, actually, this is not the news. I'm sorry. This is the article right here. Let me move my face over here. This is the article. So, the judge signed off on a settlement of giving 200,000 defrauded borrowers $6 billion in student loan relief. But now this group of companies that run these for-profit schools have filed an appeal to stop the relief from going through, because they say it is damaging their reputation and they did not get due process. So they did not get due process. Apparently, these group of two for-profit companies, Lincoln Educational Services Corp. And American National University and Everglades College, filed a notice because they did not get due process before they were put on this list I'm about to give you. And they're not happy about it, because they're like, well, now that we're on this list, it's going to hurt our reputation. And we're going to be like one of these bar defense schools, and it's going to be hard to attract and recruit people. In my frank opinion, they should have thought about that before they collected a bunch of federal funds and got a bunch of people onto a bunch of loans without really providing great or even decent outcomes post-graduation, right? That's why they're on this list. So anyways, they weren't given due process though. So let's see what this challenge, two conservative block the implementation of the relief late year. Okay, we're hearing the normal relief on 10 to 20, but this is a separate lawsuit. So I just wanted to talk about that. But here's the sweet flow chart I found on bar defense. I actually don't know who made it, but whoever made it, shout out to you. So I'm not claiming any copyright over this. I did not make this. I just want to be clear. I'm just purely showing it and want to talk through it to help those who may qualify for bar defense, which we know quite a few. And we can assist with that process. We've helped people, several claims already for bar defense. Okay. So this is the list of schools you could see. It's actually alphabetical. Everything from All Collins Graphic Design School has a really, really long list, all the way to the Wright Career College, Radian College, Remington College. I'm not going to name all these 153 schools. Florida Career College. I some of these I've never heard of. And there's also some culinary institutes. There's different kinds of institutes. So if you've attended any of these and you did not DeVry, like a lot of the colleges that I have heard of, Argosy, are ones that like make commercials or radio commercials, or like they spend a lot on marketing, and that actually frankly increases the cost to attend, right? And they're using federal funds from people taking out student loans, and now people can't pay back their loans. So that's what the bar defense claims are. So anyways, the sweet flow chart goes over like possibilities. If you filed for bar defense? No. Then it tells you where to file. We can also assist with that. studentaid.gov/bar defense. Yes, but your claim was denied. You can apply again. If you've gone to one of these schools, yes, then your loan can be canceled. If no, then they have to make a determination based on your application. Okay. So that's the little sweet flow chart that I really like. And then the second page is, I love it. A guide to propose sweet settlement. I applied in. So if your school's on this list, and I applied in 6 months, 12 months. I don't understand this part of it. Time from final approval. Oh, 6 months to 12 months. Okay. To 18 months to 24 months. Okay. So this is kind of a chart, on who first applies and then who gets to hear decisions first is what this means from my interpretation. So basically, when it was passed and so relief, cancellation of remaining balance, return money paid, deletion of negative credit report, no consolidation required. Okay, that is if you applied within 12 months. And your school is on this list. So if your school is concretely on this list, you've applied within 12 months, you are likely to get the relief at a higher amount. But let's read what they say decision is. Those who first apply in a period is not part of the settlement case. Neither the specific procedure nor review nor the school list apply to them. Okay, so the decision is the Department of Ed will determine the results of a streamlined bar defense process favorable to the borrower. Approval of this application results in full relief. If not approved, borrower is told specifically what information is needed. Okay, that's pretty clear. So if you're not immediately approved, they're going to tell you what information is missing, or they're going to approve it. But essentially, you can still apply after June of 2022 before the final approval. That's interesting. So you can still apply from my understanding. I did not make this flow chart, so I'm not 100% on board with interpreting it from here. I can tell you about some of the borrower defense outside of this chart. I'm just trying to go over this chart. So basically, borrower defense has been out for a while, but it started with a very limited number of schools. And now, as more people apply, they're adding more schools, as more people are reporting what had happened to them, right, in their financial aid process. So anyways, don't worry about this. You could still apply if it's obviously past the initial stage of the launch of this, but obviously more schools are getting added. So I also want to go over this link, like the process to apply. Again, we can help you with this. studentaid.gov/borrower defense. Okay, let's bring it up because that link wasn't clickable. Oh man, did I click the wrong link? Borrower dash defense. Oh, it was clickable. Okay. Okay, so this is how it says it takes 30 minutes. It's actually a longer application. So this is right here. This is this June 22nd date is actually the case of Sweet versus Cardona, formerly Sweet versus DeVos, which was the prior Secretary of State. And they have information on a specific site. That's interesting. So if you're affected by bar defense, you should definitely visit. I mean, the huge thing in the public eye was Corinthian College, by the way, but there's 153 schools now. It discharges only direct loans, by the way, does not apply to private loans because the government does not control private loans. If some of your federal student loans or family educational loans or Perkins loans are not eligible for discharge, just FYI, how will my determination be made on the application? They notify the borrower through their email, and of course have a contact page for help. So let me click on this so we know where this goes. So those who are in it, it just goes to the Department of Ed contact center. So you answer this, and it's basically studentaid.gov/help-center-contact. Okay, for those who actually need to make that contact. Will prior payments be refunded after my discharge is applied? They're basically saying bar defense claims is approved. A time limit applies for receiving a refund of payments you made. So that was the chart. That time. Now I get it. What they were talking about. It's the time applied to receive the refund. Two things will happen. If you applied within an applicable limitation period and your loan payments exceed the amount owed, after your discharge is applied, you'll be eligible for refund of payments. So essentially saying loan payments exceed the amount. So exceed the amount owed after your discharge is applied, you will be eligible. So basically, if they discharge amount less than what your loan payments were, you will get a refund. Wow. Is that a cash refund? If your balance exceeds if a balance remains on your account after the discharge, your loan servicer will apply any prior payments made on the discharge loan first to remaining balance of your discharge loans and then the balance of your direct loans on your account. If no balance remains on your account, your servicer will return the refund amount to you. So yeah, that is a cash amount. If you applied outside of the applicable limitation period of your loan payments are less than the amount owed after the discharge is applied, you are not eligible for refund of payments. Your loan servicer will not apply. Okay, so basically, this is why this time limit window was so important, and I can go back to that chart, is because that time limit applies based on the year of application as well. So here it is. So based on when you applied, okay? So this is like the time window that they are referring to. What happens if your application is denied? Then forbearance or stop collection period will end on your loans, but you're responsible for repaying your loans, which is, by the way, I'm kind of reading this and sharing this. A lot of this information I know, but I do want to share what's on the Department of Ed's site, so that individuals who want to receive more accurate information and not just from any random site can review it. Here's the PDF I will open real quick. So especially if you are interested in bar defense, you should definitely be watching this video. If you know anybody that attended a college on this list, please share this information. I'm not going to read all of the federal government legalese. If you have issues, we have people on our team that are very knowledgeable about bar defense, happy to help. But the application, as you see, it's actually much more extensive than the income-driven repayment program. If you need help on this application, because obviously you have free-form responses, if you need help, in terms of, I don't know quite what to say, this is what happened, we can help assist with this. But essentially, you'll need some documentations and proof you attended the school, obviously, right here. If you don't have it, the transcript is number one, because transcripts generally are indication you went to the school, but sometimes the school do not hand over transcripts if you owe money, so they allow you to submit other documentation. And then you get to select what they did that was misleading, right? The school misrepresented the selectivity of the school, meaning the percentage of applicants who are admitted or denied. The school claimed to be an open enrollment, but failed to disclose some of the programs are not open enrollment and instead have entrance requirements. My school made misrepresentation concerning its criteria for admission. My school made a misrepresentation concerning the ranking of the school or program offered by the school or others. So there's some pretty broad categorization. In fact, I would say that some of this is also done by legitimate colleges. Now that I look at it, like, my school claimed to be open enrollment, but failed to disclose some of the programs had entrance requirements. I mean, I guess going to school, like, it's normal. Like, if you're going to sign up for chemistry 2, you should have taken chemistry 1. I guess that's normal, but test scores, experience. So what they do is they'll be like, oh, we have this amazing program and all these amazing classes. And then they're like, oh, but you can't get in because you have to do X, Y, Z. And it's like, wait, so I came to this school for this program and now you're telling me I can't get in because I took out loans. And so I understand, like, they misrepresented the criterion. It's not just like take a prerequisite class or something. Anyway, so it just goes over, it's a pretty lengthy application. I'm not going to go over every field. I'm just going over some of the primary parts of the application. Another part is urgency to enroll. So, like, you'll talk to a rep and they'll like try to get you to enroll as quickly as possible, right? You had to enroll right away. Like, it's like that's like a sales technique that it's like a hard sales technique that the school uses. And obviously that's not like, if you go to a regular school, you have an admission time, you can apply next year, it doesn't matter, right? But these schools like talk to you and they try to do hardcore marketing, switch bait, try to get you to like apply within a time period, and like just very hardcore sales tactics, right? So these are some of the things about the application. I hope this video helps those that are considering bar defense. Like I said, we can, of course, help with the application as well. If you really need to understand, I know I didn't explain the time limits as well as I would have liked to. If you have any questions or you've applied, been denied, do not give up. We've helped a couple people who have been denied for various, not just bar defense, but even like get the wrong payments on PSLF. We're here to like support. And just because you've been denied or your claim isn't moving, like, we're here to support you all in this process. And this is just a much more lengthy application, as you can see. I'm just scrolling in it so you could see than most. It's 25 pages long. So let us know if there's anything we could do to support you in this process. Again, student loan plans, even if your claim is denied, we can help you enroll into a more affordable and accessible plan if you do have to make payments, which will be starting after the Supreme Court Supreme Court hearing, which is on February 28th, and that hearing will be on the $10,000 to $20,000 of relief. If you are interested in my going over any other specific loan forgiveness programs, please let me know. Including the income-driven repayment account adjustment, for example. That's the biggest one right now. That is just going to provide so much relief. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that. Let me know what kind of student loan content you want me to review, like, I don't know, Teach Grant. There's all kinds of different programs. Just comment so I can focus on that content for you all. And then lastly, I did want to say, take care of yourselves, have an amazing, I hope this year you get everything that you want this year, and that this year is an amazing year for all of my viewers here. And yeah, please share the content. If this is relevant to anybody that has attended one of these schools, please do share and comment. Leave me questions. I will answer them and I will make video content around it. So thank you very much for your time today.